The wind is blowing with white caps on the waves, and so Bill, Dennis and I like to take a walk about the island. I can't use the microphone that's on the camera as the wind is blowing into it too heavily, so I'm going to have to narrate this. You can see the water. The wind is blowing very strongly. This is not a good day to go out in a canoe. So we're going to explore our little island and do a walkabout. And since there are no animals on the island and there are no people, there aren't any roads, paths or anything. So we have to resort to climbing over whatever we can around the beach. There's Dennis and Bill in the distance. It's easy at this part. Just climb through, climb over. I'm looking around at all of this dead wood as firewood. This would be really great to take back to camp and have a bonfire. So we carry on walking through over these oysters, shells, limestone, bit of mud, some old sticks, until it gets a little bit more difficult on the edge of the island here. Dennis is walking through over some roots. You can see the mangrove roots here. And then we have to start clambering through. Dennis is trying to break some sticks here to get them out of the way, but he can't do it. This wood is so hard. Dead wood probably stays around here for dozens of years. Bill seems to find a path, but Dennis takes the high line. I follow Dennis on the beach here. Bill thinks he can just push the wood out of the way, but this stuff is tough. Even if you saw it, you spend hours trying to saw through the smallest piece. So we just have to step up and climb. I'm just following Dennis at this point. And we go through a grove of trees. Sorry about the angle of the camera, guys. I'm just holding this in my hand. It's not even on my helmet. Bill goes down to the shoreline, thinking it's easier there. Too much climbing over the wood. But I'm following Dennis, who's taking a high line through the woods. It's pretty here. I take a different line from Dennis, but I come through and join him. Dennis takes a piece of wood. He thinks it's old enough. He might actually use some leverage and break it. Yeah, he can break it. Well, we'll pick that up on the way back. Carrying on. There's Bill. Oh, he's got into difficulties. I think he nearly fell down. He's taken his hat off. Whoa! Nearly fell down again. I think he's finding it too difficult there. And he's going to conclude that we're on a better track than he. So he turns around and comes up the beach to join us. Meanwhile, Denis is making his way through the woods. It's thick. There's a lot of growth. Have to push past spider webs I don't even think of snakes. There's no animals here to support them, I would suppose. We didn't even get fussed with raccoons as we usually do on the other islands. This one's pretty well out there. Over there is the Gulf. There isn't anything else. And I'm picking my way through, hollering to Denis to try and see where he's got, if he's got a good line. Yep, he's through there. Where's Bill? Oh, there he is. He's just coming through behind us. There's a little sand, a lot of oysters. Very, very natural. And, of course, human waste. Plastic bottles. Yuck. Even here. So in this part of the island, we've rounded the corner. We wanted to go back down to the water to see where we were. Look at all these vines, pretty flowers. Denis is stalled out a little bit. Where's our machetes? There's Bill, and he's paddling out to where the island is. Denis is asking if it goes all the way around. Yes, it does. And that over there is the next island over. Lovely sky, but the wind is still blowing. Yeah, we stall out at this point. There isn't any beach. And all it is just muddy shallows, mangroves, shells. Not much of a beach at all. Vegetation comes right down to the water. So we make it back to camp.
His relationship with a high school sweetheart who's a real estate agent in St. Pete. And so when Nell and my sister-in-law went to India to the ashram for several months,
Got the motorcycle, Peter. Soon you will have another one to put in your stall, I hope. Very good one. And I continue to dream about my next one, but mine's currently an FJR 1300 with 142 brake horsepower is probably nothing wrong.
Well, right now the CBX is rated at 96 horsepower. It's got plenty of horsepower. Plenty. Quite adequate.
that's the fighter.
I wonder how much how many horses that